everybody, welcome back. Don't mind the background keyboard noises that our new found co-caster has been sending their way. It is, of course, Mr. Steal Your Girl. Hey, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing just fine. How are you? I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Well, welcome to Session 2 of our group stage tournament, part of the tournament. God, there's been so much going on in the last session. I think we had some amazing games. Really quickly before we get to Session 2, did want to update that we are still outstanding one person to move on. Anthrax and Skeptical Skeleton are currently playing a playoff match on Powderhorn Music to see who goes on into that second place in Group G, I think. Might be maybe E. Don't I've been so long before. Anyway, we are talking again about the tournament bracket that we have lined up for our session 2. And as me and Spiff were talking about this morning, this is a very key tournament for some players because we have 6 players currently qualified for the SCS Invitational, which is happening in December. And the last 2 spots are going to be determined here at the end of the day tomorrow, or maybe even sooner. We have our 5 prime candidates to move on or to qualify. There's only 2 spots left. It is Osmos, Rainbows, Soul Ripper, who's now out, by the way, J-Wix, Rainbows, and Vanity. So those are our 5 prime candidates. J-Wix, of course, moved on, and we're going to see if Vanity and Rainbows manage to move on. And J-Wix is actually in that bottom bracket that you see on your screens right now, where Vanity and Rainbows is. So we might have, if Vanity and Rainbows move on in their first place, like they're technically expected to, we might have a quarterfinal to determine who takes that last spot to the Invitational, because Osmos is on his way to qualify by points and of course has a lead. But anyway, I don't want to steal the show too much. I'm joined, as you know, by Mr. Steal Your Girl, but also Mr. Spiff.
Hello again, everyone.
Yeah, and I guess starting with Mr. Steal Your Girl, what are your thoughts so far of the tournament and of the bracket we have for the second session here?
I'm still going, Soul Ripper's out? Whoa, dang. That's a bummer, but he's great.
What?
And,
Your says, bro.
Yeah, but he's great, and he's out.
He is great.
But it's just crazy, you know? But good, congrats to J-Wix, you know? Even though I'm OSS, you gotta be impartial, man. You gotta be like, yo, it happened. Good job, J-Wix. Pat on the back to you for taking out such a wonderful, great player. So what brackets are we looking at again? Which group are we looking at?
We're looking at B, D,
Group B,
F,
and D.
H.
All right. So, Fox Tremelon's up in this. Who's he against? Iron Commander.
Yeah, we're gonna have Iron playing. Yeah, that's actually a pretty difficult group there.
That's gonna be a really good match. I look forward to. Hey, Defunk is there. I think he used to be Claymore. Welcome, Defunk. And okay, so Fox Tremelon and Iron Commander. That's gonna be a really good match there on B in B group.
Yeah.
In D group, let's see what we got here. Oh, Slothy's playing?
Mm-hmm.
Is this our Sloth?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Sloth
so cool.
and Shade are playing.
That's
Shade
amazing.
is out, but
Oh, dude, don't tell me that.
I think
It's
Sloth
okay.
can definitely take second.
I would like to see that. And Rainbows is playing. She's not playing Sloth at all. Oh, no, she is.
She is. That's our first match.
Ooh, Rainbows versus Sloth. I'd like to see that. I wonder how Sloth has been doing. Has he been playing lately?
Not really. So.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Well, good luck, Slothy and Rainbows. And Group F, we're looking at Group F. Oh, Helios is playing. He's rad. I like that guy. So cool. But Vanity's there. So I'm thinking Vanity's gonna really do well there. Did he say anything about Group G yet? And H? What's up with them?
H. G, we already had. G, we were just waiting on the second place.
So we're talking about H? Ah, Jarek. Really great player. Blue Train Bandit. Oh, Munjin Ra, however you say his name. I know we've had a little bit of debate about that, but that's going to be a really good one. Jarek, Munjin Ra. I like Blue Train. He's a good dude. And Protostar's pretty cool, too. So that's just a big group of cool dudes. So let's see how that works out. I like to see that one. That's all I got to say about that.
Spiff, any thoughts on the brackets we did have since you got matches?
We had some really fun matches, that's for sure. We got to see some players pulling out some unorthodox strategies that sometimes paid off, and sometimes didn't, but it was a lot of fun either way. I think for the most part, as far as who came out on top, we didn't really see any big surprises.
Yeah, I think it was fairly predictable, except for, as Mr. Girl has said, between J-Wix and Soul Ripper, definitely a close game, and congrats to J-Wix going forward. So, what matches are you guys looking forward? I think Steel already talked a little bit about Foxtermelon versus Iron. Any other matches you guys are looking forward to?
Bunch of them.
Yeah, basically all of the Group H matches I think are going to be good. I would like to see Vanity versus Helios. It's going to be a good one too. And then again, I think I'm going to join in with Steel here and say I'm really excited for Sloth versus Rainbows, just to see Sloth back around again.
Yeah. I also want to see Jarek versus Munjin Raw. That's going to be a cool one too.
For sure.
Yeah, so we got quite an exciting lineup. So far, I think the tournament is progressing as expected. We are going to hop off for just a little bit here to get the second session started, and we will be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
It's fixed.
Welcome back, everybody. As you hear Mr. Steal Your Girl there, letting us all know that it is fixed. We're here in session 2 of the group stage, and we've got our first round 1 match here. And we'll start introducing the players here on the right-hand side of the map. Spawning in here as the Yellow Aeon Commander, we have, representing Clan OSS, Sloth, or Slothy as he's known to us. Starting off with 2 land factories here on Powderhorn Mesa. And Mr. Steal Your Girl, what's going on the other side of the map there?
All right, we got rainbows and unicorns spawning in as the Teal Aeon Commander, dropping down an air factory on Powderhorn Mesa. What is she doing? She is walking away from her base. She's gonna build a land factory in the northern expansion. Let's see how that works out for her. It could be to her advantage because Slothy pulled Aeon. Is he random?
Yeah, I think he is random. Yeah, and I think this strategy can really work well, but I am a little puzzled by the choice to build an air factory first. I think when I've seen other people pull a similar strategy here, they've usually started off with land factories to kind of, be able to
Hold.
defend the center
Right.
a little bit.
Right. But to her advantage, Slothy is not going to have a whole lot of radar range. He might see the northern expansion a little bit. I mean, I'm not completely sure because I can't see their
Well,
radar range.
And Slothy's already pumping out shotjas, which maybe not the best choice versus air.
Not in the beginning. Not in the beginning. I would have thought Harvogs, but against air, these shotjas they're setting ducks.
I don't
Like,
think.
they're
Well,
asking for it.
I don't think he's going to know about the air yet.
No, he's not. He's not.
So
But
it's just maybe a poor blind research choice. It happens.
But the shotjas will be good against those tanks. Those tanks are
Definitely.
dead. Those tanks are dead. Like, bye tanks. See ya. Bye Felicia. Please tell me you know where that's from.
Duh.
Okay, all right. Anyhow, yeah, now we see Slothy moving to the north as those bombers are mobilized. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, he knows now. Good splits. Good splits.
Oh, only one doesn't die. Slothy, repair it, dude. Oh, he's not gonna repair it. He's putting an anti-air tower on that bad boy, though.
No, I'm sure he's a little distracted right now. He's kind of thinking, "Shit, what do I do?" But yeah, it's not enough air to even kill one of these things. He could be repairing them up real fast and
Getting them back out there. Yeah, this is a.
instead we're going to see an AA tower on the factory there.
That's definitely what he needs. Why isn't? Okay, Rainbows manages to finally take one out.
Yep, the addition of that 4th plane.
So 4 planes kills 1 shotja. I don't like how they're blobbed up, and there's 3 that are very low health.
Rainbows has also gone shotjas and is starting to pump them out at this northern expansion.
Oh no, Slothy doesn't have any MMLs, and she's queuing up a point defense. If Slothy doesn't get there soon enough, that's going to be a problem. I like how Slothy's leading with his ACU, though.
He does have to be careful of these enemy shotjas, though.
Okay, I think he's got. Okay, Rainbows is not looking like she's in a really good position. What do you think?
No.
Do you see what Slothy's doing?
Yes, I do.
Oh!
It's just rude. Oh my goodness.
Okay. That was a good bombing run there by Rainbows because Slothy is not doing the split. But
Yeah,
this base is essentially gone.
I'm not sure about. Well, I mean, I guess with that air there, it does make it really hard for Sloth to push out from this position.
I love what Slothy's doing, building on the Rex. That's like discounted mass extractors right there.
Yeah. And a discounted factory when he gets to that point.
Yeah. Lots of free yummy mass right there, too. Now, Rainbows and Unicorns, she's running away. She's pretty healthy, like more than half health. She's doing okay. She could probably make it back to home base.
The long way around, though.
That engineer is dead, though, over in Slothy's base. That expanding engineer is gone.
Yeah, it's got quite a trek back to any sort of AA coverage.
But let's see if he finishes that mass extractor, and it's finished.
I'm surprised, actually. I'm surprised Sloth just scooped up the mass from that factory instead of building on the wreck.
Yeah, he's down. No, he's up a land factory, and I don't
He
see.
is. I don't know if he's got enough to crack this factory shield, though.
He does not, but he's got some MMLs pulling up, which will crack the factory shield. However, those shot. I like how he's why is he building a long range PD right there? That's kind of weird.
He's trying to set up a siege position, I guess.
Yeah, he is. But I don't understand the point defense, you know? He's going to lose mass extractors, his expansions toward the back, if there's not any anti-air towers set up pretty soon.
Or even
Is
just
it-
like some mobile AA to chase the planes away.
Right, at least shoo them away. The MMLs are now being assaulted by Rainbow's Shotjas.
Yeah, they need shot to support themselves.
They do. They do. Oh, he's walking those Shotjas into point defense fire. Not a great idea, but it did take out a few. Yeah, he did manage to take out a few Shotjas himself.
Rainbows did take down the first of those mass extractors in the back.
Indeed, she did. Where's her ACU at, by the way? What?
Still way up
Oh,
in the north.
I figured she'd go back home.
No, just using the ACU to expand and maybe kind of stay hidden.
Probably a good idea, because no snipes. Rainbow is going. Yeah,
Sloth swinging around down the south looking for that flank.
good idea. Rainbows does have a whole bunch of air being built, though. Like, she's gonna soon have a scary amount of air. Like, I don't know.
It's already a pretty scary amount of air considering that there's hardly any AA out.
Right. There's like literally no AA. There's one AA tower up in that northern expansion though, which is going to be good. But as soon as there's like a lot of like 15 planes, it's going to become a problem for Slothy. And Rainbows is building too many MMLs in my opinion, considering her position. Oh, Slothy needs to split. Oh no.
Oh. 2-for-1 deal there.
Yeah. Okay, maybe Rainbows is doing a good thing with all those MMLs. Gonna really dislodge Slothy from the northern forward base. Yeah, took out that point defense. Slothy needs a split. Take out that air factory. Like, he needs to get that air factory out of this game. Like, now. There's no engineer there to rebuild it. Well, there's one by the base, but...
It does look like the MMLs are auto-targeting. Yep, there it goes.
All right, that's definitely
That's
what he needed to take out.
Yeah, it's a big pickup.
Except there's air factories being built to the northern expansion. Like, you see that way in the northern corner?
Both corners, actually.
Yeah, I just noticed that. So Slothy's engineer is going to run into Rainbows and Unicorn's ACU. That could be a really good thing for Rainbows pushing her ACU in the back of Rainbow's base. I mean, Slothy's base. But Rainbow's just lost her main. All those core mass extractors are gone.
I don't think it's that big of a loss at this point because Rainbows has been steadily expanding around the edges of the map.
She has, and she's going to have a sizable air force soon.
It's already
Because she's getting,
already pretty sizable.
Oh, gunships. Ooh, that's going to be nasty because like those don't die very quickly.
Not at all. And especially not to ground-based AA,
No, not at all.
which is mostly what Sloth is investing here.
Right. And she has a really good air force, and that could like 1 or 2 shot an anti-air tower essentially. And with those gunships, she's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Probably going to snipe off an ACU very easily. I don't know what Slothy's answer is to all this error. Is he just hoping that he can take this base out? Like, I think he just wants to take these factories out, which is not a bad idea, but he doesn't have anything scouting around. I mean, he doesn't see the ACU. He has to know something's up.
His real problem here is mobility, yeah, because he can't scout around very fast to find that ACU. Rainbow's Air is just going to pick off any scouts that Sloth sends out because
that
he
was
can
like
afford to
4
split
units.
it up. Yeah, big one.
Oh, but yeah, you're correct. There is no scouting. Like, here comes the gunships. I mean, there's not very many of them right now, but they could be all over the map. She's not revealing the gunships. That is the smart thing to do for her. She needs to get at least like 10, 15 to get a successful snipe.
I mean, I think Sloth is not a slouch of a player. He's got to know that those are gunships if he's seeing it on radar.
Does he have a
And
radar in the area, though? He doesn't.
He does. He does.
Oh, he does. He does. He has to know those are gunships. Why isn't he built? He needs to build a couple air factories. He needs to build air factories next to anti-air towers, and he just needs to wait.
Yeah.
He probably should have started. Yeah.
It's just getting more and more difficult for him to win this game with only land.
Okay, he's building another land factory. He should have been investing in air when he saw his opponent building air. Like, he's doing super well, but the longer this goes on, the less well he's going to do. He's getting a bunch of ground-based anti-air. I don't like how his ACU, okay, he's getting an air factory next. I don't like how his ACU is kind of like not under a factory shield. He doesn't have a whole lot of anti-air next to him.
Maybe he really hasn't realized the threat of the gunships yet.
Like, if he starts moving his ground forces out, Rainbows will have to use her gunships to defend. And I think that's exactly what Slothy is doing, is pushing his ground forces out toward where he believes Rainbow's ACU may be.
Which I think might just be what Rainbows wants. He's trying to draw the army away from the AA.
Yeah, there's not enough ground-based anti-air there either to even tickle these units. And that's a lot of gunships right now. I mean, I don't know if she's going to defend or if she's going to attack with those gunships immediately, but I like how Slothy's building more anti-air towers, but he really needs to get some more air out there. Like, have that engineer build on that wreck. And I think he's going to do that after he builds some more mass extractors.
Maybe maybe he's just thinking he'll go for air Nemos.
Huh.
That would be such a meme.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
being serious.
It might work, but probably not. Air Nomos aren't even that great.
No, they're overkill when it comes to micro air units. They're really designed for killing experimentals with a big health pool.
Did he? Oh my! Slothy sucked up that air factory
instead of building on it.
That's a huge mistake. Okay, these bombers are going after the core mass extractor. No, they're just flying over his base. Why? To find the ACU, I think.
Maybe.
Once that ACU is found out. What?
I think we saw a few of them fall, didn't we? Yeah,
like
there's a couple of wrecks in the canyon there.
Dude, once these planes get shields and flares, it's over. It's straight up over. And Slothy is capturing mass extractors. I love it. I love it.
Definitely a good move. Especially with the air in the other corner of the map where you can't really easily defend that. Big land push coming in now.
Oh, he needs a split. And Rainbows is walking away from that. She's like, I don't want... Oh, look what he's doing. He's doing an AA creep with the engineer. Oh, no, that engineer's not... Wait, yeah, it is, but it doesn't have the mass to build.
Yeah, it looks
This
like
is
Rainbows is just giving up this position entirely.
which is the right thing to do because she doesn't have the units to destroy this quick enough. And plus, it's Aeon. Aeon
Oh, all
has
those gunships though? That's so many gunships.
Yeah, but I think she wants to keep her ACU safe.
Well, I can understand retreating with the ACU for sure. I just
Right.
I don't know. Maybe she doesn't want to throw
Reveal the
away.
gunships.
Well, I mean the gunships are revealed
Now they're revealed, at least. Yeah, for sure.
at the very least
100%.
now. I think maybe Rainbows just didn't want to because the base was going to go down anyways with this push, the number of MMLs. So maybe she just didn't want to throw away any air to slow it down.
Right. She probably didn't want to lose the gunships because that's going to be her. That's her kill. Look at this engineer walking into this gunship and up to
I
the
love
north.
it.
Like, is he gonna set? Is he gonna please
Sack
sack
cap.
cap? Please
Sack
sack
cap.
cap. Please sack cap. What's he doing?
No,
Oh,
no, it's dead.
No,
It's
he's
dead.
gonna die. It's dead. I know he wanted to sack cap the factory, which is a good move, which would have been a pretty good move. It's targeting a airplane. Okay, Rainbows literally has the outskirts. Like, Sloth has to transition into airplanes 100% now.
He is
He's
throwing
got
down
the-
another air factory.
He is, and he's got more mass extractors. He's got 3 fully saturated expansions. But Rainbows is pushing out a single gunship to fly by the engineer and not kill it. Okay.
And
All
is
right.
up to shields at this point as well.
Does she have shields on her units?
Yep.
Oh, she does. But oh my goodness, you see how many units? You see all
Wow.
those air units die, but those gunships aren't going to die, I promise you. Those gunships are going to do so much better than those.
There is a lot of towers there, though.
Yeah, but those are but Slothy needs to. Does he have hunker? Does he? He's
Yep,
hunker.
looks like it.
Yeah, I don't think Slothy's going to make it, dude.
I don't know. It's going to be close, I think. That is a lot of
Slothy's
AA.
not going to make it. He's not going to make it. That's unfortunate. Slothy was doing
Yeah.
really well. I always see this. Gunships always win this. Like, there's like enough gunships. Unless they all die at once, they're not. Slothy's done. That's too bad. Well
Wow.
played there, Slothy. Like, gunship snipes are just very powerful. I saw that coming, like, when those gunships started to be built. I was like, oh, man, this is how it's going to go down for Slothy. But he really did awesome against Rainbows.
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch.
Like, that was really good. It was a fun game. So, yeah, GG's from Slothy, which is always the professional thing to do. But, I mean, that was a great match. And I think Rainbow said holy. I think she was, like, thinking that it might not have gone her way if she didn't do that, right? Hello?
Yeah, you're still on.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't have gone her way if she didn't do that. Because if she waited, Sloth would have built up an air force and would have been able to fight back.
Yeah. Yeah, the timing was important there, for sure.
Very, very. And if there were more anti-air, like a whole lot more, Slothy might have survived. But there needed to be a whole lot more. So that was a good game.
Absolutely. Slothy's going to get another chance to score a win here in Game 2, so we'll be right back with that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Group D Round 1 of the tournament hosted by OSS. The map is Igneous, and let's see who the players are. I will be introducing Slothy spawning in as the yellow Cybern Commander, dropping down a land factory and ecoing all the things. Spiff, what is going on with his opponent?
Over here on the right-hand side of the map, spawning in as the blue Aeon Commander, we have Rainbows and Unicorns, and she is starting off with 2 quick air factories here, which is more along the lines of what I would expect for a big, long rush map like this.
Yes, air is the way to go on this map. Like I don't know if you've watched my latest replay, the against Iron Commander and Alpha Hex. Alpha Hex was testing out land, and he said going all in on land does not work on this map by any memes. Memes, memes.
By any memes.
It's a meme. It's a meme on this map because of the rush distance is not good. Like there's a land factory going down right here.
Yeah, Sloth apparently discarding the conventional wisdom on that and placing down he's basically just doing a land factory creep at this point.
He didn't get the memo. He didn't get the memo. Like
The memo?
The memo.
He didn't get the memo.
He didn't get the memo. He didn't get it. So, he's going to it's going to be a slow, agonizing death, apparently. I don't know. We'll see. Slothy he's a very tricky guy. As we saw in the last match, he was pretty tricky. But then again, so is Rainbows. So they're just weird players. Not that that's a bad thing. They just do things that you don't expect.
Well, which is basically really good metagaming.
Right. So a radar station. Yeah, sorry.
And then goes down immediately. Another factory. Yeah, I mean, I think Sloth is just looking for that slow land push with the AA creep, which might find some success here, but Rainbows probably knows what to do.
Right. I mean, Sloth is not going to be able to expand easily because of the air. Like, if she went down south with that air, those 2 engineers are gone. Like, forget it. Forget about
Absolutely.
it. And Rainbows is putting down a land factory. She paused her air factories and is now going for to defend. She has to defend this area. And she doesn't have any mobile artillery to really make use of this land bridge here.
On the other hand, though, Sloth has already invested into artillery when Rainbows hasn't even really started. Well, okay, the first land unit is going to be rolling out in just a second here. So those artilleries are going to be overkill, I think.
Right, but they will do some damage to buildings. Like they do pretty good damage against buildings. And that math extractor is being bombed over here, and it's going to be gone. I think this is it for it, and boom, down it goes.
Yeah, Sloth realizing that he needs to make a move is pushing right up through the center now.
Right, and if he gets to that ACU, he might be able to. Well, no, there's already enough. Yeah, there's too many planes. He's going to need to get an anti-air tower. Okay, he really is factory creeping. That's one dead engineer.
I mean, I think it's the right choice for the situation that he found himself in.
Agreed.
But I think an air opening, even though you're playing a Cybern, and which is generally considered the weakest air, I think an air opening would have been the better choice.
Agreed. He needs to get adapters ASAP.
Absolutely.
Like, if he's not building adapters, I don't know what he's doing. I think he went build cost, build time, which isn't a bad idea. However, in this situation, he needs adapters.
Plane's only finding 1 kill there.
Which is good for Slothy, right? I mean, good for him. And Sloth is looking for the expansion, but there is no expansion.
No split here. 2 units do go down.
That's not fun. I'm just waiting for Slothy to research some adapters.
Yeah, and really, Rainbows is allowing him. Well, I say that. I was about to say Rainbows is allowing Sloth to get away with quite a bit of mass on the south side of the island here, but of course, as soon as I say it, the planes move out to start bombing mass extractors again.
Right. And Slothy's making a big push.
Oh,
I don't know what
one
he's
more,
going to do about anti-air.
one more plane, and they'll be able to one-shot. I think
One shot.
maybe 2 planes.
Well, she's got them. She just
Yeah.
needs to move them out. Now, what? Why is Slothy pushing back? Why isn't he pushing out? Oh, he doesn't see what's in that base.
Well, he will now with that radar.
Definitely. Cyber radar is amazing. I don't know what he thinks he's going to do with those. Oh, we wanted to take out that one mass extractor that might have been there. Ooh, 2 units gone there. And 1 unit left. Okay, he researched adapters. That is exactly what he needed to do. Rainbows is getting a second land factory. If she gets Shachas, she might be able to defend.
Yeah, I don't honestly. Because the push is being delayed by the need to build up adapters, I think Rainbows is going to be fine.
Agreed. I think if she puts down a point defense, she's going to be fine because that'll force Slothy to research Cobras. And I don't think he's got the time for that.
And there already is a point defense down there.
There is.
Yep. Positioned
Yeah,
perfectly to go under a factory shield as well.
The longer this goes on, the longer this goes on, the more and more in favor this is going to be for Rainbows.
Rainbow's now also sending an engineer all the way around the south side.
Like, that's going to be a big problem if Sloth doesn't see it. Like, he could lose a factory. There's nothing to defend this. And there's not a whole lot of radar. There's that engineer that might have a radar on it. It does have a radar. Maybe he'll see it.
Maybe.
1 plane going down from that.
I mean, I think he's going to get a decent bit of warning just from the radar that's placed in the very middle of the map.
Yeah, he needs to be really paying attention though. But he's pushing, I think.
I really feel like his window is closing.
It really is.
Especially with Rainbows expanding so aggressively on the North Island as well. Rainbows is going to be able to throw down more factories, more point defenses, maybe some research stations, and easily be able to pull ahead.
That is true. Hello?
Yeah, those planes just not being very active at the moment.
You still hear me?
Yep, still hearing you loud and clear.
Cool. And a little capture going on down there by that engineer. Let's see if that happens. I think it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, there's nothing to defend from it.
Oh, it got captured. And that should be Slothy's first cue that there's something's not right.
Yeah, okay, I don't know where Sloth goes from here. If he's not going to push really aggressively right now.
Cobras. But all that air is going to be a problem. Oh, she's bombing the factory. Is it going to go down? Nope.
Well, another pass and it will.
Front. Oh, it definitely will. And boom! It is gone.
Meanwhile, we've got a land engagement going on the other side.
That is... I like the split that Slothy has. He's got 2 armies. That would be really good if he did a bit of a sandwich thing going on there.
Yeah, but one of these armies has no adapters in it at all, so it's going to be vulnerable to those planes.
That is true. And there's... What is he doing? There's no... Oh, he's got 1 Cobra. And we all know how good Cobra has, with how good Cobra's ranges are. bunch of those planes are going down.
Yeah,
Like-
but the factories are still running full blast.
Oh, they're running again. They were off for a minute.
They were off for a minute, yeah, but I mean, Rainbows has a ton of mass now.
She does. She really does. Yeah, she's probably ahead on mass. And she's pushing in that engineer right now. She's destroying that radar.
Oof.
Yeah, that's not going to be good. Sloth needs to rely on that engineer's radar, and I don't think he's going to have time to see it. I think he's too busy up front.
Yeah, those
Okay.
planes are just running amok back there.
Oh my goodness, that engineer's just sitting there in his base. And those planes are running amok, indeed. That engineer's just chilling, because I don't think she even has.
We all know your opinion on idle engineers.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
I
even
hate
worse
it.
if they're idle in the enemy's base.
Oh, Sloth is capturing. Is Sloth going to get it? Oh my goodness, Sloth is going to get it! Oh!
Yes.
Oh, that is so bad. That's pretty funny. I'm not trying to be rude to Rainbows, but oh, that backfired because she's getting sieged very heavily with jump jets, being sieged heavily with all those Cobras, which is the right thing to do. There's not a lot of planes out there. There is, but they're not in position.
And honestly, though, the planes have been getting whittled down a little bit here and there. I mean, they've been
Yes.
getting damage done for sure, but they haven't been staying alive the whole time.
If I was Slothy, I'd build one Aeon factory and start pumping out fish dudes.
Yeah.
Fish dudes and some tanks, because they're better than Cobras.
And maybe even get an Aeon research station for the range upgrade.
Oh yeah,
Like, you don't even need any other upgrades for the land units, just that one.
right. And I like how Slothy took out those core mass extractors. Was that a
Oh, it's a
teleport?
teleport.
Oh, that's a teleport! And I think Slothy is dead. Boom! Down he goes. That is too darn bad.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
was going decently well for Slothy.
it was. He was getting some good damage done, and it started to look like maybe he was getting back into the game.
But remember, Aeon is a balanced faction. Of course, I'm kidding. I mean, they are. They are. But that you got to watch out for that. Like that is like late game. That's it. You know, if you're not straight up winning, that's what's going to kill you.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
Well,
very good game.
Very good game. Sloth does get taken out by two pretty clean snipes there. But he's going to have some chance to win some more games as he moves through the group stage. Meanwhile, Rainbows will be taking a pretty commanding lead in their group.
Well, I guess that's it. Very well played from both players. So we'll be coming back at you with the next game. Thank you so much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Night of Misfortune bringing you a, what is this? A Group D. No, Group B match between, not Rainbows and Sloth. We have the wrong overlay on. I apologize. I'm joined by somebody new, Mr. Kitty. How are you doing, Mr. Kitty?
Hey, not bad.
Would you like to introduce a player?
Sure. On the left, we have white, which is Fox Termelin. And on the right, we have blue, is Iron Commander.
All right, looks like Iron Commander is grabbing a research station first and a land factory. That's pretty interesting for this map. And Fox Termelin is going a little more standard, getting an air factory, sending a scout. It's a little bit more of the standard Fox Termelin that we know. Let me update the overlay really quick. All right. So it looks like Fox is moving towards the center here. Going to grab a forward land factory and maybe a TML, but there's already adapters from Iron Commander, so most likely not. Going to be bombing that engineer. We all know Fox Tremelin's great air movement. He is really good at keeping him moving. It's a little too much here, though. He's going to end up losing that. Yep, he's going to end up losing that Weedaboth. And Iron is going to continue moving towards the center. Fox Tremelin already grabbing a land factory over there in the center choke point.
Pausing that air factory as well, seeing as it's not really working out.
Looks like both players aren't too keen at pushing each other yet. Well, Fox Tremelin doesn't really have a land force to support a push. And Iron wants to get a couple more land factories and probably do a little bit more of a slow creep, seeing that there's air out in the field. Fox Tremelin actually stopping air production, so that might actually be a smart choice, given that there's adapters. Skylabs is kind of narrow here. So it's going to be hard for him to really bomb anything, except for maybe a mass extractor that's way out here. And Iron can just stop rebuilding it. And Iron is going to end up pushing forward. And he should actually predict that there's only two, or that Fox has stopped producing air since there's only two fighters out here. So there's just going to be a lot of adapters here and not a whole lot of ground firing units. If Fox Tremelin can micro his units behind his ACU, this might be actually pretty good. Wow, how did no adapter shoot there? That's crazy. What the heck? Finally getting a third land factory there. Looks like Fox Tremelin grabbed a research station, so probably hoping to go teleport here, maybe?
Or Shotjas, maybe.
Yeah, Shotjas would be good here as well. Breaking through the shields as well as keeping control of that choke point. Looks like Iron Commander is going to end up pushing forward. Brackman would be quite nice here. Of course, he doesn't have those. He only has about 6 loyalists there. 7th and 8th reinforcing. So that's not a whole lot of ground power compared to those tanks who hit harder anyway. So it's going to be a hard push here, especially if Fox Tremelin plops down a PD. That'll be very difficult to deal with. But Iron Commander would just probably back off there. Still, air production is paused. That research station is going to start kicking in here the longer we go for Iron Commander, since he did have it a little bit earlier. So most likely, though, since we haven't seen Shotjas yet, Fox Tremelin is probably going, I don't know, maybe the faster route to teleport. But structure detonate is always a scary, scary possibility here. Still no Brackman. I'm curious as to Iron's choice here. Maybe he was thinking that since he's pushing, he doesn't necessarily need Brackman. Oh, he has 2 Brackman now. They're not firing, though. Oh, there we go. Maybe he had him on hold fire. Man, those tanks really break through those shields very quickly, and actually Fox Tremelin researching shields of his own on those units. Yeah, nothing is really firing for Iron Commander. He could be microing those Brackman a little bit more forward so that they can take a little bit more shots. And there's really not enough for them to do too much damage. Looks like Iron Commander is going to push with his Loyalists here and unit detonate. Very nicely done. Alright, so now there's a PD creep happening, but Iron is prepared for that too. He has mobile missile launchers out. I think I was just about to say that Iron Commander seems to be playing very countery to what Fox Tremelin likes to do. Maybe not necessarily on this map, or sorry, maybe not necessarily in general, but on this map for sure. And he's pretty much countering everything. His ACU is taking a lot of damage from that PD, unfortunately. But it is drawing the fire of that PD so that his units can stay a little bit more alive here. Fox Tremelin is trying to micro his units out of the reach of the unit detonate there. He's doing a good job there. Iron really needs to focus down that point defense with his mobile missile launchers. And it just seems like Iron is losing units way faster than Fox Tremelin is. And is building them slowly, more slowly. Fox Tremelin also reclaiming that mass, making Mr. Steal Your Girl proud. And this is becoming a very, very deadly army from Fox Tremelin here. Let's see what they're doing to expand off of this. Looks like Fox Tremelin is plopping down more land factories. Looks like he is not planning to go teleport anytime in the future here, as you would normally see some more energy generators. Point defense for Iron Commander, going to keep that army at bay for now, but his army is really not large enough to really contest this long term, and the amount of land factories that's coming down from Fox Tremelin is really, really concerning here. Cobras aren't actually doing too much. They can't even break through the shields of that factory yet. And that Loyalist is not going to have a fun day. Fox Tremelin going to push out again. He can't really push into this army too much because, again, that unit detonate. But he can do damage and bait Iron Commander out of his... Not losing any tanks there. Iron Commander losing quite a bit of Loyalists there. And those just like little poke and prod over and over again continues to whittle down Iron Commander. Unit Dedo does go down, but does not get that many tanks. Yeah, I think he used up like 6 of his units to get 4 tanks there. That's not really worth it there. Another point defense going down, but at this point there's just simply too many units. Maybe for a structure detonate, but it's not even going to go up. Point defense goes down. Teleport coming in. Wow, okay. So he did have the energy for it. That's very, very nice. And Iron Commander is in trouble here. That army is just too strong. Iron Commander is going to try the last hurrah. Unit detonate takes out 4 tanks against with 6 units. Not enough there. And Fox Tremelin is just going to probably teleport again, keep going through the base. There's multiple options. Iron Commander can't even push to retaliate here because there's so many point defenses that Fox Tremelin has built. Very nasty push from Fox Tremelin. Fox still hasn't resumed his air, which is a little bit uncharacteristic of him. Usually he resumes that, but looks like this land push gave him the kind of the all-in that he wanted, and he definitely managed to overpower Iron's army here. Yeah, Iron is building point defenses, but unfortunately those just will not do anything here, especially since he's losing his base. And honestly, at this point, like even if you get a good unit detonate or a structure detonate, you really can't walk into your opponent's army. So this is going to be a game for Fox Termelin, because there's really no feasible way to even snipe the commander for Iron Commander. And now he's plopping down a lot. So he had a lot of mass that he was floating because he's plopping down 2 land factories, having lost so many mass extractors. Teleport coming in the flank for Iron Commander. And this is looking very, very unfortunate, as he's getting squished by the 2 armies from both sides at this point. Just 3 units going to go back and take out that mass extractor. Pretty good. Fox Termelin is not making any mistakes, and Iron Commander does call GG. There's absolutely no hope here. Structure Detonate goes down, and Iron Commander does Control K. And that is a game 1, and very uncharacteristic, I would say, of Iron Commander's skill. That was very an inconsequential push, or an inconsequential play, I would say. And that is a 1-0 for Fox Termelin. I forgot to update the score, but it's going to be the other way around. Had a little bit of issues with overlays. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oops, I was about to end the game there. That would have been unfortunate. I guess I'm casting this one by myself, unfortunately. As we have some issues with casters, and then I launched prematurely. But anyway, you guys enjoy Nite Cast, right? That's why you're all subscribed to my channel, YouTube channel, right? Right? If you're not, you're doing it wrong. Anyway, let's get to the game here. We have our game 2 between Foxtermelon and Iron Commander. Foxtermelon is up 1-0, and he is at the bottom here, spawning as the white Iron Commander. He is building one air factory, as he should, on Coalition Shipyard. Nothing too out of the ordinary for him on this map, and his opponent, the ironest of the commander, the iron percentage in that metal composite is over 99%. It is Iron Commander, the blue not UEFs, Cybran Commander, of course. What would you have Iron Commander be other than Cybran? There is an air factory. I'm going to go scout it. Initially, I thought this was an additional air factory, but I guess not. It is going to be hard to contest the Aeon's air, but a good start is definitely sending this plane to try and take care of that scout. Like, it's going to give you a quick one-up advantage. It looks like Foxtermelon is going to push his ACU towards the center, building a land factory, and very nicely done there. Both players are going to be moving towards the center like usual. A loyalist coming out for Iron Commander. His crowning play, his Mona Lisa here is going to... Oh, actually, he manages to get that plane out, the scouting plane, out without getting destroyed, without even taking a hit. That is very impressive. And he already has 3 fighters. It looks like Iron Commander was trying to find that plane with 3 of his own Geminis, but that's not working out too well, as you can see. And he's going to go ahead and send a scout of his own. I'm not sure that is the best use, because he kind of will know what's coming his way because of these loyalists that are coming down. So yeah, and I think he realizes that and pulls his air, reconciles it into the same position here. And looks like he's going to just build up the mass for now for Foxtermelon. And Iron Commander is going to try and find this mass extractor, but it looks like Foxtermelon is prepared here with this engineer, going to start healing it. But unfortunately, there's just nothing here for him, so that loyalist should still... No, it just heals way too quickly. Is that a hold fire on the loyalist? What is going on? Weird things going on. And actually, I missed this. Harvogs with an anti-air upgrade going to make their way over here, but Iron Commander still wins that engagement fairly confidently. Very well done from him. And going to continue flying over here. I'm not sure I would still push that. Going to try and pick off that Harvard. Doesn't even bomb the Harvog to death. That's unfortunate, but at least he does not lose any Geminis here. 3 loyalists now. We're here going to try and finally take out that mass extractor. Unfortunately, there is a Weedaboff here now, and Harvog's actually turning around, and that mass extractor goes down. He's going to send just 1 loyalist up over there to scout. Very well done by Iron Commander. So far, much more solid game, much better build from Iron Commander than game 1. I think I would still open up with 1 air factory if I was Iron Commander there on a Kai Lab. So that was just, I feel like, not enough of a sharp play, shall we say. And looks like Foxtermelon pausing his air production once again. Gonna bet on these Harvogs anti-air for the time being. And Iron is actually grabbing a second air factory. Both of them, no, they're paused now. Okay, that is a big waste of... well, I wouldn't say waste, but more of an inaccuracy, I guess. Or maybe he's just trying to prioritize some land production, as he does identify correctly that his opponent is going to be transitioning into more of that full-scale land push, which is very, very interesting from Foxtermelon. I don't actually see him too often transition into this Harvog push, and it's just very, very interesting that he's choosing this tactic here, especially when he's going to try and push aggressively. It's going to be hard to do without MML support. So far, there's no MMLs that have rolled off those factory productions. Looks like he's going to try and take the center here with a land factory. Lots of AA going down, but Iron Commander is still not losing any of his Geminis. Very nicely done. Iron is not expanding beyond what he has. I would maybe expand a little bit farther because you have that air advantage. Actually pulling back his loyalists. It's a curious choice as well. And going to prioritize some land production here. And gonna try this push. I think after the last push, he was a little overcautious, maybe perhaps this game with this push coming in. But and it looks like Foxermelon just loves his point defenses, but it is a very solid play. I think he showed, especially when you go teleport, I think he showed last game that it's very, very nice to kind of protect yourself for the counter attack that the Cybern may have. Hoping to bait those loyalists into that PD fire, not going to work. Iron Commander realizing that there's just not enough units to be really pushing out and, you know, having the possibility of attacking into point defense. There's a mobile missile launcher here now, so he is going into that route, which is definitely something you need if you have any hopes of pushing down your opponent. Cobra's coming out for Iron Commander as well. Unfortunately, they're not firing again. That's the biggest problem that we've seen, I think, in these two games, is that the Cobras really just have not been firing. And unfortunately, he is now taking fire from MMLs. That point defense is also taking a lot of fire. And so far, both of these players are just playing a little cautiously. Oh, looks like there was a capture here. I completely missed that. I apologize. Might have been able to see that on the minimap. Actually, another engineer over here getting some pathing issues. That's pretty unfortunate. But there's engagement here going on. The Loyalist's going to probably win out against Harvogs. But they're going to walk into point defense, and that's not a fight you want to take. There's now Brackman making their way as Iron is going to transition into more of that dev ball situation. That poor Loyalist is going to walk into an ambush, not necessarily ambush, but I guess he was blind, so it's an ambush for him. Straight into those Harvogs and going to die a very quick and painful death, as those Cobras are still not finding any kind of building damage, and that factory is going to go down. And this is what you get Cobras for. I'm not sure why he's not utilizing those Cobras at least to try and snipe off these mobile missile launchers. Is Iron getting cold feet? This tournament does not seem to go his way so far. Of course, I don't know how his game 1 went, but so far he's just not able to find the damage that he needs against this land army. And there's really no follow-up from him either, as we see Foxermelon going up to 5 land factories already. And, well, Iron was on 5 before, but now losing all of his air force, that's definitely not what you want to see here. Gonna at least try to pick off these mobile missile launchers. Just has to absolutely do something about this, especially since Foxermelon army is out of position, manages to get 3, 4, and probably 5 here, but walks into point defense, and now these Harvogs are going to reign supreme. And still taking point defense fire. Oh, man, that poor Loyalist survives with just a little over 70 health. All right, so this is not looking too terribly bad still, but Iron is beginning to get outproduced by this Aeon player, which is very, very interesting. That point defense still firing on those units. MML fire coming down on that factory. Gets a shield. And Iron just struggles so much right now, or in these two games, with finding enough units to really contest the Aeon army. Even with Harvogs, it's just so difficult for him to find any kind of damage. Looks like Foxermelon is going to start building more of those energy generators, probably going to try and transition more towards that teleport again. And see, this is where Iron's Air really could be doing some damage with this expanding engineer over to the left. He should have radar somewhere here. Looks like Foxermelon is going to try and push in a little bit more. Curiously enough, Iron, I'm not sure what Iron is teching actually here. He could be teching a little bit more into unit detonate again, but it doesn't seem to be that way. He had a really good opportunity to use it there, I think. And again, there's just not enough units. There's so many MMLs. I feel like Foxermelon has more MMLs at this point than Iron has units. Another point defense is not going to do anything against this amount of mobile missile launchers. Flying directly in, gets a good, nice bombing run, but only 2, 3 mobile missile launchers end up going down there, and stops his units right in the middle of Harvog fire. That's not a good thing to do. But still barely hanging on. There's actually only 1 factory still lost. So not doing too terribly bad here. But this army just keeps growing larger and larger. And I'm afraid of teleport at this point. There's just so many point defenses now as well. Very strong push from Foxermelon. Nice bombing run, though, taking out 3 mobile missile launchers, but unfortunately I think he's going to lose most of his Air Force here as a bunch of Geminis, poor Geminis, going down, flying over both the Harvog balls there. Yeah, all Geminis end up falling. Oh, man, that's a sad day. Sad Air Force day, but nice Brackman shot there, and another nice Brackman shot. Unfortunately, he does not manage to pick off any mobile missile launchers, but 2 very solid shots there. Let's see if he can contest this army over here on the right, as Fox Tremellin has a little bit of a missynchronization between these 2 pushes, I think, as the other army backs off, and the other one is just kind of in sync, or out of sync, rather. So Brackman shot's having a very difficult time finding anything here. Yep. Very nicely done by Fox Tremellin. Very, very nicely done. And so far, Fox Tremellin is just expanding fairly freely. Even though he lost the early air war, he is still out expanding his opponent, which is so crazy to see. Iron Commander is usually very good at expanding, especially when he has map control. But these 2 games just have been very uncharacteristic. I don't know what's happening with Iron Commander today. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to hold this. Fox Tremellin is just too good here, too solid, too careful, has enough army to engage. Really, like, with any one of these 2, he could engage this main army of Iron Commander. So outnumbering his opponent 2-1 as a Cyberman player, that is just awful. And I think Iron Commander knows it. Calling GG here. Fox Tremellin is going to take the series 2-0 and is probably going to be well on his way to finish this group in first place. As my Siri is apparently picking up that for some reason, I don't know. Anyway, that was very uncharacteristic of Iron Commander. I think that was a very, not as good a game as I've expected, but still nevertheless an enjoyable series to watch. This was Group B, Round 2, and we're going to be right back with Round 3. Everybody, don't go anywhere. We have 1 more game to cast and maybe a tiebreaker match afterwards, so we'll be right back. Hope to see you soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the last match casted during the regular group stages of the Serpents Open Fall. We might have some tiebreakers afterwards. I am joined once again by a cone.
Yeah, hello
Hello,
everybody
and
again.
would you like to introduce the first player?
Yeah, of course. And on the right side, there's of course the purple Cybran Protoss, wearing that wonderful Cybran clan tag, starting it one land and nothing else for now. And on the left side, there is a blue Aeon, blue train bandit, of course, starting two with one land and nothing else for now.
All right, looks like both of these players are doing the exact same thing by the
Yeah,
looks of it.
pushing middle.
Oh, Lord.
Censor that quickly.
I think Angry is in grave danger.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what a crazy day it has been here today. I'm like all out of
Yeah.
energy. I don't know about you, Akon, but
Yeah, it has been a fun day to watch.
yeah, we had some crazy games. I think our morning session was a little more intense,
Yeah,
but
I really can't believe the AC1K game.
yeah, that was freaking bonkers. And you know, this afternoon was a little crazy. I think everybody was a little let down by Arn's game, but you know, that's going to happen sometimes. I think what's more important is how he performs tomorrow. It's going to be important.
Yeah, true.
As far as this game is concerned, though, neither one of these players I don't think has a chance to be moving on. So they're just playing for some cookies, I hear.
Yeah, hopefully some spiced up though.
Yeah, appropriately spiced
Yeah,
up for a Saturday
looking
evening.
at Protoss is sending some loyalists to flank already, and that's pretty good because now Blue has reacted to it, but I think he's maybe even overreacting at the moment. Sending all
Yeah,
the tanks.
he could probably send 3 of those tanks to that flank over there instead of the commander.
Even though bots are a lot stronger than tanks in the early game.
He doesn't finish that factory either.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah,
At least
definitely.
ACO is handling the other two bots.
Yeah, look at these two bots just being chased down by an army
Yeah.
of tanks. It's a double turd and a quarter of tanks.
Let's just say I hope Steel isn't watching this game because I see two idle engineers from Blue.
Oh man, better shut down your doors and windows, cause Mr. Steal Girl is gonna come and steal your girl. All right, those loyalists are gonna probably take out that mass
Yeah.
extractor they do, and maybe even that factory.
No, two of the loyalists weren't in range. Sadly, that factory would have been such a great catch.
Yeah, that would have been a great
Yeah.
catch.
I think this might be even GG currently because Blue has so many tanks chasing that one loyalist versus that army what Protoss has now in front.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a miscalculation there, and he's trying to push down the center, which I don't really understand. He needs to micro against those Brackmen or he's going to lose all those tanks. Okay, there we go. Nice pullback.
I mean, I think Protoss can just pretty much right click. He says you now and win. Or maybe not anymore.
Well, though he does have a lot of Brackmen, so... Oh, man, that point defense, what?
That was nice.
Yeah, Brackmans are a little bit less certain. If Blue micros properly, he won't necessarily die, but
Yeah.
this is pretty concerning for that land factory, which is still not finished. What is going on?
Range still of that
Oh,
PD.
man.
And now Blue is putting down his own PD. This will be interesting though.
Not a bad plan
Not
as
bad.
his reinforcing tanks are making their way out to the front finally.
Yeah. Now let's see Blue actually micros those Brackman.
Yeah, so far I think he wants to target that point defense for now. No walking straight into Brackman shots there, but
Oh.
still managing to save his tanks.
If a Nito happens now, it's GG.
Oh yeah,
I
doesn't
assume
doesn't
that-
look like. I think he does he have upgrades on his? No, stock loyalists.
Yeah, he might be going for a slow megalith. Oh, actually he has Cobras now coming up.
Ah yes, that's what those missiles are. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Blue's tanks are like hella low.
Blue turn is making a land factory in the south too. At that empty space.
Oh, that's a curious
And
position for it.
And even more flanking loyalists are being sent there, so let's see how long that factory lives.
Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, those loyalists are going to probably take that expansion out because there's simply too many. But Blue can actually push here and probably get a whole lot of damage done, especially if he builds 1 or 2 mobile missile launchers, as there isn't really adapters or shields on Protoss's base.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Protoss it hasn't even tried to expand to one of the empty spots yet.
Yeah, well, I think he's realizing that his opponent has spread there. Well, maybe not. As I say that, he's just completely ignoring that factory.
Yeah, the radar shouldn't go up there.
Yeah, as of now, but once Blue Train builds up to the top left, I think he'll be able to see it.
Yeah. And now again sending too many tanks south. Or actually...
Not too many. I still would say maybe 3 too many, but... Oh man, if Unidetto was a thing here, that would be so bad.
Oh, the bots are surviving. Oh yeah.
That should not happen.
Again. There's now 5 bots in blue space.
This is a more appropriate number of tanks though. They're on the left.
Yeah, that's actually great.
Using the target priority from those loyalists to take them all out.
There's a PD under the factory in south. That's quite curious.
Yeah, and that positioning too, behind the factory.
Yeah.
But hey, that factory is ultra safe now. Nobody is ever gonna want to go near it.
Yeah, and Blue is probably going to try to flank Protoss maybe, looking at those tanks down south too.
Now where he really does need a PD is up to the top left because he's Mass Extractor is currently getting captured. Let's see if Blue Control K's that. Probably not. Doesn't look like he... Nope. That's a Cybern Mass Extractor.
Yeah, it's done. And the beautiful bug coming in again. That color skin on that Mass Extractor.
You know, though, Blue does have a crap ton of tanks there in the center, and Protoss's army is nothing but Brackman.
Yeah, but Brackman are kinda evil because it only takes one mistake.
Yeah.
You're pretty much dead.
Oh man, Blue, what are you doing? You're losing so many tanks to mobile missile fire. Ah!
And the tanks on the right south side aren't even flanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't see that.
Now he pulls, but only three loyalists. That's not going to do anything.
Even more are going there.
Oh yeah, there's 2 more in the back.
Another flank coming. It's going to kill that engineer.
Oh, yeah. That was so close.
Nice. Microing bots are pretty OP.
Yeah, very nice micro, but the problem here I think is the shields on those tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to take care of that, no problem.
And Brackmans are firing in middle.
Oh, micro Blue.
The hit.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, that's painful.
The shields did save a lot of tanks.
Yeah, they did. Shields are so powerful. God, there's like 2 loyalists in there. 4 loyalists. There's a third of loyalists amongst all those Brackmen.
Yeah, Protoss is really low on resource, to be honest.
Oh,
now a flanking maneuver coming in.
Where did these tanks come from? He only had like 4 here. Now he has like 8.
He has been producing them.
Why are you pulling back your tanks?
No idea.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, now both players have 1 empty spot to their names.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a bottom versus top fight here.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty equal, at least on the eco side.
Yeah.
Unless Protoss manages again to harass some more.
It's so curious that the Aeon player is the one that's doing the harassing right now. Well, I think he actually, that's very appropriate in this case because he identified correctly that his opponent is kind of playing very defensively with all those Brackmen. So actually, that's absolutely the correct way to do here, is to try and split your army, because those Brackmen obviously won't be able to cover all that ground very effectively.
Now there is a big flank coming down north.
Yeah. No, looks
But
like
Protoss
those...
is trying to push out the middle position from blue.
Yeah, there's a lot of Cobras coming out
Ooh.
over there on the top.
And some of the Brackmans do connect.
More Brackmen are connecting. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Those shields are so powerful.
but
What
it
the
does
heck?
look like Protoss will lose that northern. Oh, and
Yeah,
Megalith coming out.
megaliths are coming out, pausing all of the factories. I'm not sure that's quite the right time to do that. As
It's a
he's
kind of risky placement for the gantry too.
yeah, he's gonna
At
lose
least
his expansion on the left though.
another mega gantry coming up, but it's pretty much next to tanks.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think
why
he
he's
might
built that there.
loyalist coming there to support that.
Oh, that might actually, if he has structured echo, which he doesn't.
He may have it.
Oh no, there is. Wow. Okay, but it didn't do anything.
Huh? What could he thought?
The factory.
Oh.
Yeah, but those loyalists are going to be there in time. The problem is I'm not sure there's quite enough loyalists there, because those tanks are very, very powerful with all those shields. There's wow, that army
Now
is
the
very
gantry is
spread
being
out.
shot, but the Brackmen are firing at the perfect position. And he pulled back from the gantry.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a correct call, unless he does have a lot of energy, and there is a very brief period of time where the Aeon player can outspam a megalith. Cybern that's going
Yeah.
megalith. So if he gets a teleport, snipes out a couple of megaliths, I think he'll be fine. The problem is he's not really producing too much, and he's actually putting down an air factory here.
Yeah, that will be curious of what he will actually produce from it. Because you can't really gunship snipe a Cybern. It's just like Rainbows did to Slot a few games ago. And the Megalith comes out and Protoss will push now.
He didn't
Let's see
finish
if Blue holds.
he didn't finish the gantry in the top left though.
Yeah, he's finishing up his match first.
What is it today in players not finishing their structures?
Don't know. Might be the pressure.
Yeah, I had a lot of misclicks.
Now, does Blue have teleport?
Yeah, I'm really not sure why he built an air factory. Maybe it was a mistake. Because there's nothing you can do with this air factory. Right, he needs to teleport or go into this army. You definitely cannot.
There is a huge risk though, because there's a lot of Brackmans there. And if you teleport on the army, the Brackman can hit you really bad.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple of days ago to me. Teleporting in a bunch of artillery fire.
Yeah, it tends to hurt.
Yep.
Oh, and Protoss is harassing again on the left side.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Yes,
He had a bunch of
perfect
tanks over there.
Yeah. Has the perfect opportunity to go and kill the core mass.
Yeah, I don't think... Man, Blues just
He's
keeps
still trying
taking
to-
megalith shots.
Yeah, but is he trying to like scoop around? Also, Blue is also harassing Protoss core mass there.
Oh, yeah. Structured arrow would really hurt there, though.
Yeah. But you can't be everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, both of those land gantries are producing megaliths now, and... Yeah, this is a pretty powerful Cybern dev ball.
Yeah.
The only way it
If
could get
he-
worse if he had cicadas.
If Blue doesn't get teleport, I don't see him returning.
Yeah, it looks like
Because
he's been...
Megalith will stack so hard.
It looks like he's been getting stars, though, on his tanks. Is there going to be a Unidetto? Yep, Unidetto. Nice. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Pushing that Megalith into that army.
Yeah, he does not give a crap right now because he has a unit detonate. He says, "Come at me, bro." But he,
The Brackmans are still hurting so hard.
yeah, but somehow he's losing a lot of his army here, actually.
Yeah.
But no, too many
Brackmans
Brackman
are
fire
quite-
connecting.
Oof, yeah. And now more megaliths coming out. It's a pretty bad situation to be blue at the moment.
Yeah, fortunately he lost a very big chunk of his army there. Trying to rebuild some mass extractors, but it really doesn't matter because there's another megalith making its way down.
Yeah, and Turret Gantry coming up from Protoss with even more research on the side. Soon he might get a major experimental and then it's truly over.
Yeah, there's just nothing left for Blue Train here. Those tanks are not enough to even break through the shields.
And 2 megas moving the middle too. This is kind of brutal.
You will get your answer from the stream in 5 minutes, Protostar. Man, it's so interesting. I don't know if he's... I hope he's actually British, but we had a few British players this tournament. We had a guy from Lebanon. We had a very good, diverse group. We had a lot from Australia, actually. This is kind of crazy. But a lot of Russians are moving on. The left bracket is basically Russian.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Can the Russians only get good at this game?
Hey, I support it. Blue Train does end up calling GG here as it's... Yeah, there's 2 megaliths doing a little pincer movement here. It's going to be very quick death. Yep, and Blue Train control Ks and Protostar takes a not a quick, but a 20-minute 1-0 lead. And
that's a clean victory still.
Yeah, that was a very well played by Protostar. Very solid, very careful play, and getting to the megaliths just basically won you the game there once you have 2. So that was pretty well done. We're going to go to game 2. It's going to be on Coalition Shipyard, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody, for the last game in the group stage between... Well, actually, I'll pass it along to my co-caster, Akon, for the introductions.
Yes, hello. Again, on the top side, there's that wonderful Protostar, starting out with 1 air. And down south is Blue Train with Aeon, doing basically a mirror of what Protoss is doing. So let's see how this plays out.
So I'm confused. Is he Protoss or Cybern?
Protoss. Cyber is the clan, what he made.
He's both.
Yeah.
Protoss has evolved Zerg-like capabilities and fused into Cybern.
I mean, I would be scared.
Yeah, I would just GG right now, dude.
Control K instant.
All right, looks like both of these players are starting off with air factories, moving down to that center and building some land production, and both of them are scouting. Very interesting pattern from Blue. Probably going to avoid getting killed.
Blue's factory did come out earlier than Protoss, so let's see how it plays out on the air game.
What's the line, Akon?
I'm scared.
Wait, what is that? What is that in reference to?
Yeah, no, nothing. Let's just leave it at there.
Yep. Okay, moving on. Oh man.
Yeah, anyways, yeah, Protoss is in the middle highest.
Oh man, that's very interesting. 2 actually. I thought that was a land factory, but it's double.
Coming out from Blue.
Oh really? Oh damn. Hot damn.
That's really risky.
Yeah, especially because Protostar went 2 air factories. And Blue's gonna lose his air here, 100%.
Oh, this is really bad.
Well, this is beyond bad. Wait, what?
Huh?
He's gonna transport his commander? Oh boy.
I'm really interested what he's going to do with it.
What is...
Where is he going to transport it? Is
What
he
is...
going to hide it or?
No, he's gonna probably try and capture the base or something, or build point defenses in there.
No, but look where it's coming. Or going.
Yummy, yummy mass. That's pro status right there from Protoss.
Yeah. Is he actually hiding?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but that Traniel's playing so far.
Yeah, but it's queued up to go to the back.
Oh yeah, true. Wonder what's his plan. Is he going to PD or something like that?
Probably PD would make sense, but Structured Edo is always a possibility. Plus, there's so much air now.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that Trani gets spotted, it's just over.
I don't think so. He did a good job flying outside of the range of the air, so...
Yeah, but now Protoss is even more punishing the air.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's no anti-air. He needs to build an anti-air or upgrade on his factory at least.
Yeah, this
Protoss should
would be interesting.
Protoss should like be... What's going on? What is the commander at this point?
Yeah, that's true. To be honest, I wouldn't probably realize what's going on, even though I would have presented the same info.
Yes, we see it. We see it, Protoss, but we also see the commander that's about to come from the rear.
You're pretty hard right here. Yeah, Protoss air is pretty far away, but he's also harassing and...
Yeah, I think this commander... What is Protoss doing? Oh, okay, he's gonna drop the commander there and then fly. Okay, I was like, what is he doing? I don't think Protoss has realized this yet.
Yeah, I really hope so. Nobody accepts that.
He still hasn't realized it.
But
oh, now he has. Now he has.
Oh no.
He's just gonna capture the air factory? Why?
Structure this.
Structure Deado. Structure Deado kill the commander. Yes, do it.
Yeah, do it.
Oh man. Oh. Structure Deado, last one. Oh man, I think that could have gotten him.
He's going underwater now.
No.
He'll probably get to the water.
Yeah, he'll probably get underwater, but oh my word. What is going on?
Oh, still hitting it.
Nope,
Oh,
just barely gets there and
100.
with 1500 health.
Yeah, what is he going to do with that ACU now?
And then that engineer,
Oh, he's drone firing it. He can see it in the sonar.
the the engineer is gonna show the ACU how it's done.
Even more units being trying to tune in.
Is he transporting anti-air now?
Yeah, he was loading them up.
But what is he gonna do with anti-air?
Yeah.
What is this game?
The funniest of the memes. Oh, almost hit that ACU.
GG. I didn't even know you could walk that far. Good God.
Yeah, it's pretty deep at the ACU.
That ACU should be losing health from the pressure.
Drowning.
Yeah. Alright.
There
Good
it is,
game, Blue
GG.
Train. You did a good job in these two games. I would say a little better job game 1, but game 2 was just not enough. Does not matter for either one of you, but at least Protostar, you have 2 games under your belt. Thank you so much, both of you, for playing. You guys are amazing, as well as everybody else who has taken part of this tournament. We had 30 players participating. 2 unfortunately did not manage to check in. So this was the biggest tournament in a really, really long time for Supreme Commander 2. So
Yeah.
quite happy for that. As far as the group stages, we are bringing this to a close unless we have a tiebreaker that we need to play, but I don't think we do. Rainbows needed to play Ether Racer, I believe, for the tiebreaker, but they've already started playing, so I don't think we're going to cast that. So for now, we are going to go on a little break. I'm going to put the brackets up. I'm going to update everything, so it's going to probably take me a while. So if you guys want to stay here, chill out, do some chats, that'll be awesome. And last thing I'm going to say, thank you so much to my co-caster, Mr. Arcone. Kind of
Yeah,
saved my
thank
butt.
you.
I was so tired to
Thank you,
cast
too,
alone,
bro.
and everybody else bailed on me.
Oh, thank you too for letting me to cast.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some games tomorrow as well. And also, we're going to be playing some Supreme Commander 2 probably in a little bit after I get everything updated. So if there are any people interested, stay tuned for that. As for now, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in tomorrow, I guess. Bye. Hello, everybody. That took me a while, but finally, all the results are in. All the stuff is updated with the most recent information. I'm joined by all of my casters that we had today, but some of them are probably playing, so probably not able to focus on this conversation on this couch as much as the rest of us people. But yeah, those of you that can find the bracket on Challenge A. We had 16 players advancing, obviously, to the round of 16. What a coincidence. So we have, let's see, what's up on the screen. We have Fox Jermelin versus Skeptical tomorrow. We have Maganra versus Explosive, Vanity versus Jwix, and then Rainbows versus Amayoba. And then on the left-hand side, we have Fortuna versus Jarek, Osmos versus Iron, Hope versus Ether Racer, and Alpha Hex versus Helios. So, my dear casting couch crew, what have been your thoughts today? Is there something that stood out? Was there a game that stood out to you, or something that was a letdown to y'all?
I mean, the game Anthrax versus Skeptical days in one case.
I heard so Skeptical and Anthrax had to play a tiebreaker, and you said you watched that game and
Yeah.
he tried to do it again. How did that go?
No, Skeptical built his own air when he noticed it.
Yeah, that's probably a better response than what he did on Waystation Zeta.
Yeah.
What about you, Spiff? I know you were only there for about half a day. Or no, you were there for most of the day.
I was there for most of it. We did see some really fun games. I haven't really had a chance to go back and watch a whole lot of the games that were not cast, but I think that there are probably going to be some really good ones in there too. I know some of them were taking a little while to finish up, so maybe some good long games. Looking forward to tomorrow. I noticed that two of our random players, Magunra and Explosive, are going to be up against each other, so that should be a lot of fun. But really, overall, no big surprises here as far as who's advancing. Most of the players that we would figure probably would make it out of the group stage are going to be playing tomorrow.
Yeah. Girl, you got anything to add, or are you just chilling there like a villain?
Well, it's I gotta wait my turn to talk, right? So here I am. I'm back. I got my microphone situation fixed. I apologize to everyone for that happening. It was very, very frustrating on my end, but I worked on it, and it's good now. So I may sound like a robot because that's my internet. My internet is not very great with Discord, but my system, all of my little toys that I have here, works just fine. And about the game, I really enjoyed the Slothy versus Rainbows game. That was an interesting matchup. And then I was also quite surprised to hear about, no offense to these players, Jwix and what's that guy's name? Jwix and Soul Ripper. And Soul Ripper I have been watching for years, I think. And Jwix is just now coming up to be a really, really great player. I mean, he is a good player, don't get me wrong, but it's just really, it's cool to see, it's cool to see like something that we aren't expecting to happen. Like, I don't know if anyone else was expecting this or not, but I would just definitely
I was expecting it.
Soul Ripper. What?
I was expecting it. I've been playing with Jwix and practicing with him, and I thought that if he just did not mess up, I thought he was going to win.
That's great. That's great. Because I remember Jwix from years ago, like he wasn't amazing, but now it seems that with hard work and a lot of perseverance like he's been doing, he is. So congratulations, Jwix. I have to say, I got to really pat him on the back there, taking on someone like Soul Ripper. I mean, that's amazing. Soul Ripper's great, and Jwix, I'm impressed. That's all I got to say about that. I'm impressed, Jwix.
Yeah, so shifting gears, I think for me, I'll say my highlight. I think actually...
what about Shade and Ananobi and Ayobi?
I mean, Shay did okay, but those games didn't really stand out too much. I would say probably the two games we had with Skeptical and Anthrax stood out. And then who did we cast in the second round? Oh, Explosive and Fortuna were pretty good too. I thought Explosive had some really interesting strategies that fell just a little short, but I thought he was doing very well. So it'll be interesting to see how he does again against Morgenrod tomorrow. But shifting to tomorrow, we actually have a very interesting lineup. And unfortunately, or fortunately, because we have so many players, we can only cast one round of 16 match live and one quarterfinal match live. And I think I'm going to give it some more thought tonight. But I think we're going to cast the Vanity versus Jwix match tomorrow because of that importance that I mentioned throughout, today. We have 2 spots remaining for the Invitational, and that bottom bracket ended up being just like we expected. Basically, it's a runoff between Vanity, Jwix, and Rainbow so far to see who can get the farthest. So essentially, unless Amayobo manages to get through Rainbows, which is possible. His build was pretty killer, so it's entirely possible that Amayobo might get past Rainbows tomorrow. But we're going to see if Jwix or Vanity can advance there. And if Rainbows does fall, the person that wins between Jwix and Vanity will be the last qualifier, assuming that Osmos gets through to the semifinals. So that would be very interesting to see, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Akon, I don't know if you've seen the bracket yet, but is there any match you're looking forward to?
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of a air fight.
Yeah, he's in the middle of an air fight, so I'll go to Spiff.
Well, I think Foxtermelon and Skeptical Skeleton is going to be a fun game. Foxtermelon plays very aggressive, but for the most part, kind of by the book. Like, not a whole lot of super creative strategies.
Yeah.
Whereas Skeptical was playing around a little bit more and having a little bit more fun with what he was doing. So I think that'll be interesting to see. I always like watching Iron Commander. I learned a lot from like videos of him playing way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always fun to see him since he's come back. And I think him versus Osmos is going to be a really fun game.
Yeah. Girl?
I want to see Osmos versus Iron, of course. And whoever was against Fortuna. Who was against Fortuna?
Explosive.
That would be I want to see that one, because you guys said didn't they already play each other in the group stage?
Yeah, but they're not matched
Oh,
up for
not
tomorrow.
against. Oh, I meant you to say. I thought you were asking against during the group stage. Jarek is going to play Fortuna tomorrow.
Oh, that's it. Sorry, I misread that. I want to see that one as well. I want to see Munjin Raw versus Explosive. I want to see Vanity versus Jwix. I want to see Rainbows versus Aniobi. There's a lot of games that are going to
Yeah,
be really
maybe you
awesome.
should just say the games that you don't
Aniobi.
want to see.
Oh, God. I'm not
That'd be
gonna do
faster.
that. Nah, I'm done now. I'm done.
All right. Well, for me, I'm OSS now and forever, so I don't hide it. So I'm excited for Jwix to see if he can go through Vanity tomorrow. But if that wasn't a game, I would probably want to watch Osmos versus Iron, hands down. I think that will be a very, very interesting game. So looking forward to tomorrow. Of course, we're going to be starting around the same time, 12 Eastern time tomorrow, with all of round 16 and then quarterfinals after, and then we're going to be casting both the semifinal matches and of course the grand final. So please join us tomorrow. As for now, I'm going to take a little bit of a break just to update the tournament people because I haven't done that yet. And then we're going to be playing some fun Supreme Commander 2 games. So hope to see, there's still 13 viewers, so thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in game, maybe, if you guys are down to have some fun meme strats and contest a cone with his air, apparently. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Once again, we will see you again tomorrow.